Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel, Do Ministry Gaming, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the results of a 20 map test that I did in Lira Arthain with a very specific strategy in mind to farm blighted maps. Now, the reason I want to farm blighted maps in Lira Arthain is because blighted maps are selling for quite a bit. They have retained their value quite well. Basically, any red tier blighted map is selling for somewhere between 25 to 40 chaos each. And in Lira Arthain, there you can put together a pretty good strategy in order to farm these maps. Now, in this video, I will outline the exact setup and the very specific strategy that I am running in Lira Arthain to farm these blighted maps. But there are, of course, a lot of other Atlas Ascendancy nodes in Lira Arthain and other strategies that you can do within this zone as well. And you can find that in a video that I put together for the Lira Arthain in the description below. I've got a playlist going where I review each of the map regions actually, and all of the Atlas Ascendancy nodes associated with each map region, and sort of some common or well-known currency farming strategies that you can put together when it comes to comboing these Atlas Ascendancies with things like Sextants and Watchstone modifiers and map device crafts and Scarabs and what have you. All right, so the specific strategy that I tried to run here in Lira Arthain is to farm as many blighted maps as I possibly can. And so for the Atlas Ascendancies, I took all of the Blight nodes, and as I've explained in the Lira Arthain Atlas Ascendancy review video, epidemiology is really the key node where you're going for the blighted maps. This node, as a review here, just says blight chests in areas have 100% more chance to contain blighted maps, and blighted maps found in areas are anointed. So the 100% more is a more multiplier to your blighted map drops. Now, on top of that, these little nodes here give 20% chance, increased chance each for blight chests to contain maps as well. Now, I had four more points, sorry. So I did also pick up the breach nodes, and I went for flash breach. And of course, flash breach is the one where it spawns 10 additional rare monsters in each of your breaches, and which means basically a lot of splinter drops and a chance for the breach unique drops. Now, earlier in the league, this node was a very powerful when breach stones and breach items and splinters were all worth quite a bit more than it is now. But you know, I am still farming a lot of splinters with this, and I just thought I'd give this a try anyway. So I combined it with the Blight, and basically every map I was running both Blight and as many breaches as I possibly could. All right, and so for the Watchstones, I did go with 4 exotic platinum Watchstones, and the exotic is the mod that gives blight chests in areas have an increased percent chance to contain blighted maps or oils. So I bought 4 tier 1 rolls. These cost me 1 exalt apiece, so 4 exalts total for these 4 Watchstones, and they're all T1 rolls, so they're 15 to 20%. So I've got 18 here, 20 here, 18 here, and 18 here. So that's 74% increased chance to get blighted maps. As well, I am also running Secrets of the Stone for another 25%, which puts me at close to 100%, I guess, probably somewhere in the 96% range for increased. And then plus, don't forget the 20% from the small nodes each, so that's 60%. So let's just say we're at about 150% increased chance, and then epidemiology gives you 100% more chance on top of that. And then for the Sextants, I didn't roll anything particular. I know it's very popular right now to roll until you get Nemesis mod, and then get the rare monsters or Nemesis on your maps. And that would actually combo quite well with this strategy as well, especially with Flash Breach, when you're rolling 10 additional rare monsters in each of your breaches, and you're running about 3 breaches per map. And so that could be another level that you could take this to, but I did not do that here. I just rolled the first 4 sections I could get, and then I ran the maps that way. Now, for every map, I did also run a Blight Scarab to force that Blight encounter, because if you don't run this, you're only going to see a Blight encounter probably one every few maps. And so I use this to force the Blight encounters. And then a Rusted Breach Scarab as well to get that additional breach. I only went Rusted. I could have gone more, and I would have if Breach Splinters were worth more than they currently are. But I'm just using Rusted right now. And then I also ran the Breach map mod for the 2 Chaos as well for another additional breach. All right, and so that was the setup, and like I said, I ran 20 maps of this and tracked all the data as usual, and this is the results. Basically on the table here for every map, I tracked how much I invested into each map from the Scarabs, how much total value I got, the profits, which of course is the difference of those, and then whether or not I got a blighted map for that particular map and how many I got. All right, so first of all, the total investment per map was 12 chaos. Like I say, one rusted Blight Scarab was 8 chaos, one rusted Breach Scarab was 2 chaos, and the map device was 2 chaos. I didn't include the map cost itself. There wasn't one particular map that I was farming, like in Valdo's, for example, like Canyon. I just ran any map that I had in Lira Arthain, and yes, there's a cost to that, but if I were to run any map anywhere else, there's a cost to that as well. And so I didn't include it, but if you did want to include it, you know, you call that another 5 or 6C per map. And then, so that cost me 240 chaos for the 20 maps total. And then what I got out of it for the 20 maps was 1,700 chaos for a total profit of 1491 chaos out of the 20 maps. Now, the interesting part, and of course, the part that we were doing this test for was, you know, how often do these blighted maps actually drop? And in the 20 maps, I basically got actually 16 maps, which works out to exactly 0.8 blighted maps per map, so almost one, but I guess really it's 4 out of 5, so 80% of the time I would get a blighted map, and you can see this is kind of how it broke down. There were a few maps, 4 maps, that I got 2 blighted maps per map, so that was quite good. One thing I did notice too is that, you know, each of the blight encounters, they're pretty random in terms of how big those blight encounters were. Sometimes the blight encounters have like 3 lanes and, you know, 6 chests total, and sometimes they have like 6 or 8 lanes and they have a lot more chests for you to open. And so there is quite a bit of variability in that, and I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, there are some maps where you just don't drop any. But it was relatively consistent. You know, I did pretty much get one blighted map, almost 0.8, I guess, per map that I ran, and so it wasn't bad at all, especially considering one map will more than already pay out for your investment, because like I say, each of these maps that you're getting are somewhere between 25 to 40 chaos. And I believe actually I summed it up. I didn't actually have the numbers here, but the total value of these 16 maps was somewhere around 450 chaos out of the 1,500, we'll call it, total profit. And on the right here, of course, is the usual graphical representation of the data. This is just the profits. Really, the orange line here is the investment cost of 12 chaos per map, or wherever you want that line. You know, if you want to include the map costs and, you know, the chisels, the alts, the vols, you know, put that up to 20 chaos. As you know, the takeaways from this chart goes, it doesn't really matter. The average profit per map is about 75 chaos after this 12 chaos investment. And so you're making quite a bit. And, you know, like I say, if you're about one blighted map per map, then, you know, about 25 to 40 chaos of that 75, we'll call it, would be from the blighted map itself. But then down here, you know, the total profit per hour, you know, I got the total profit of 1491 chaos. It took me 3.5 hours-ish to run the 20 maps for a total profit per hour of 426 chaos, which so far isn't that bad to me as far as 3.14 goes. Now, I guess you do actually have to pay for the 4 Watchstones that I bought, which is 4 Exalts. And so 4 Exalt is about 600 Chaos, and I made 400 per hour here. And so it would take about 1.4 hours to pay out for the 4 Exalted orbs that you spent on the Watchstones, and then everything after that would be the pure profit. All right, everybody, there you have it. The results of running a blighted map farming strategy in Lira Arthain. There have been a few folks who have asked me about how many blighted maps to expect to drop running a strategy like this. So here is your answer, which worked out to, in my test here, 0.8 blighted maps per map. I've pretty much stacked increased blighted map drops as much as you can get. And these are the numbers. The only thing more that you can do, which I'm not sure if it's worth it or not, is to run higher level Blight Scarabs. So with Gilded Scarabs, you can get a 50% chance for your Blight chest to contain one additional reward. And then Wing Scarabs even will have that, as well as the lanes will have an additional reward chest. And so those, of course, are quite expensive scarabs to run and may be worth it incrementally to do, but I'm not sure. At least here in this strategy here, where you're forcing one blind encounter per map with the rest of the scarab, and then as much increased chance that you can get. These are the results, and at 426 chaos per hour profit, that is not all that terrible in 3.14. So I'll wrap the video up here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please like and subscribe. I also stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Times are in the description below. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.